Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Let's Play Death Stranding. I've decided to lower the frame rate for the game down to 60 instead of 120, so hopefully that'll fix any frame issues. Although, before when I recorded it at 60 only, it was getting like weird stutters, so I don't know. I can't win, man. Some games just, whenever I record them, OBS just loves to do one or two little teensy tiny things, like have like a frame skip or have an encoder lag or something, so I'm trying my best here, but hopefully you guys are enjoying the series so far as we begin. And apparently someone's building a bridge. Oh.
Hello?
Also, I've changed BB's Soothe controls to be the, not the directional pad, but the left analog stick. So I think if we're careful... I've never done it with the analog stick before like this, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Hey, look, our likes are going up. Sweet. But no one's using our bridge, apparently, so that makes me sad. Considering it's been a few days. Anyway, now we can make BB happy without, like, thrashing him about with the weird 6-axis controls on PC. Because I am using a PS4 controller, but it seems that on PC the 6-axis is just all out of control, which is super, super weird. Anyway, god damn, this game is just gorgeous to look at, isn't it? You know, all that stuff on the bottom left I don't think really matters for like a HUD, so maybe I'll turn it off, and then I'll see what you guys think about it, so I'm going to turn it off for now. Not all of the HUD, because context-sensitive stuff is nice, and obviously I want it to be visually important to you guys, so you have information on screen whenever you look back. You're like, alright, this guy has this sort of stuff going on, but I think if we just disable equipment icons, we should be okay. I think it does get rid of our boots, but there is an audio... there's an audio thing in-game that tells you when your boots are depleted. Basically, if you ever played a Hideo Kojima game before, if you're low on health, you'll hear a little ding-ding, ding-ding, to signify that your health is low. In this game, that's for your boots. It's the exact same sound effect, too. It's no difference from this game in Metal Gear Solid. I think that's the one thing, the one asset they brought back from Metal Gear Solid into this game. Considering all of their assets had to be new for this title, I guess. Considering the fallout between Konami and Kojima. Regardless, though, at least it's not raining, so our vehicle's doing fine. As much as I love these glasses from Gordon, I kind of like it when his hair's up. So we're going to remove it. I don't know, he just looks a lot more professional this way, doesn't he? It blows me away just how high quality his face is. His whole model looks amazing. It always looks like you're rendering his high-quality version of his character. Anyway, I'm sorry. I get too sucked into this game. It's one of my favorites to play. It's one of those games where you can just kind of sit down, relax, and enjoy and take in the world. Even though there's these dangers and you're outside, you know, there's monsters in the form of BTs, there's enemies in the form of mules, which you'd think would be stressful, but I always just feel at peace when I'm playing this game. It's one of the most relaxing things I've ever had the privilege of enjoying. We have a time-sensitive mission to deliver to Capital Knot City. Also, some structure repair devices lost during delivery. 86 kilograms of loot to go grab. And then we have a delivery series of classic novels to Ludens Fan, to make Ludens Fan our bigger friend. I think we might as well make these guys love us a little bit more. So let's do some retrieval. Structure repair devices lost during delivery. So there's about 86 kilograms of stuff that have been lost. This is just a standard side mission. And because we have a car, or not a car, but a bike, we should be okay to just quickly do this. We can slap it all onto our vehicle and be happy. As you can see, they're not giving us any items because we have to go retrieve them, and this will benefit us by becoming friends with this particular way station. Still got high-density metals just chilling on here. I don't know if we'll put them away or not, but, you know, it's whatever. So now that the mission is started, we're just gonna take care of it now. And because we were so adamant about making a trail, we should have a very easy time getting down here. I think some of these items might actually be in the water, if I can remember this mission at all. Yeah, there you go. So we're just gonna get off the bike for a little bit.
Stretch my legs.
Again, it's not raining, so we should be okay. I think, yeah. You can see it all there, too. We just want to go down the water and hopefully be able to grab it. Sorry, I'm losing my voice here a little bit. I don't know what's going on. Just gonna try and save our stamina as best as we can. Thankfully, some of these items are being caught on rocks and things in the river.
Way through.
Sorry, BB. I don't mean to disturb you. Luckily, that other item there does seem to be stuck, and it is one of our items. It's the heavier of the items, so we're not going to worry about it just yet. It's a very muddy, rocky area here, so we're kind of forced to walk a bit slower. Oh, that one actually broke free of the ladder. Again, as long as we're careful and as long as the items are going onto our backpack, even if we get swept up by the water, we should be fine. The items are very, very much safe under our care. It is a testament, though, to just how amazing the water physics are with these items. I like how they're getting brushed up against the rocks and stuff. Looks really good. No one's using our ladder, though. What a bunch of jerks. Don't they understand? Sorry, BB. So we don't get to see how quickly BB is getting stressed out, but that's okay. Oh wait, I just noticed, what? There's bugs in this game? Like, I mean, like a dragonfly, not an actual, bug? I mean, he's gone now, okay. Yeah, wow, I never even noticed that before. What the hell? There's, multiple of these things. Alright, I guess we should go drop this stuff off. And since I want to make sure I complete this relatively fast, we're going to enter the menu and not, physically place these into the bike. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. Nicely organized. You do not have the weight required for retrieval. Well, that's fine. As long as your bike is near the area that you're trying to deliver to, you have to kind of park it in a little space in front of the delivery terminal. Wait, oh no! It got swept up! Alright, hold on. Oh, shit. Oh, you know what? This might work out for us, considering we already let go. Sweet. This is really good for us. This is probably the only way we're going to catch up to it. Oh god, I hope that other stuff doesn't despawn. That would really suck. Hello? Alright, stand up. Woo! That could have been bad. I hope it's not damaged. It looks like it's yellow, so we're good. Too far from cargo ladder. Oh, that's probably from back when we were dealing with the mules, but for now we're fine. Whew. Bit of a workout, right? See, it's not always bad to go into a river like that. I knew it went into red at some point. I just wasn't expecting it to be that early. But at the same time, it actually benefited us that we got swept up because you go faster in a river. If your goal is to go down the river, it's way faster to get swept up by it. Yes, BB gets a little bit annoyed. But BB getting annoyed is not nearly as bad as us losing the cargo. And if it got too far away, we could have potentially gotten too far away from our own bike and suffered consequences of losing the mission, essentially. Because we wouldn't have had enough items. Alright. This bike is literally a godsend, though. It's so nice. I use these things religiously. Bikes and trucks are just so great. Trucks are super slow, though. They're faster than walking around, obviously, but they're super slow. They're really great for building up roads, though. Or doing really massive orders. Oh, God.
Keeping off. Till departure. Cargo verified. Keep on keeping on.
So you can see this, keep clear sign. As long as you're in that, then you're able to deliver the items inside. Oh god. This thing is so heavy, my momentum is being taken away. Alright. Deliver requested cargo. And you can see included is all the items on our bikes. We only have one item on us, right? On our person, 68 kilograms. But the rest is on our bike. So we're just going to deliver all this crap. And you'll even see visually here that we're going to deliver it.
Delivering cargo.
Well, I said we'll see it there, but of course, it just cuts away in like 5 seconds flat. Anyway, we're going to skip through this because it's just a standard order. There's nothing special about them. And there we go. We get George Baton as our ranking goes up to tier 4, which is great. And we got a new interview data acquired Chiralium coatings. I guess if you get 5 stars, you will get some interviews here and there too. So I guess there is a bonus to that. There's some more lore that you can unlock. But gameplay-wise, really only need 4 stars.
Safe travel, Sam. You be careful, okay?
And of course, these people love you more and more as you help them out and be best friends and best buds.
Please access delivery terminal for further information.
Alright, before we take off, let's go to our mail. You got any emails? Or, well, it's just emails so far. Alright. Benjamin Hancock. The meaning of chirality. Dear Sam, sorry you had to go to the trouble of chasing down that part for us, but believe me, you've done us a great service. Thanks to you, our chiral printer is finally up and running. Didn't think it would ever happen, if I'm honest, but it did. And now we don't have to rely on porters as much as before. We can make a lot of what we require with our printer, and if we need intel on the outside world, it's right there at our fingertips. On behalf of myself and everybody else here at the Distro Center, thanks. None of this would be possible without you. Funny story, the other day I was using the network to read up on the word chiral and where it comes from. Turns out its Greek means hand. Interesting, chiral is hand. Bet you didn't know that, did you? The text went on about how your right hand is a mirror image of your... Oh, he's reading the interview. He's reading the interview and he's just reciting it to us. That's so funny. He was reading up literally Hartman's report that we read earlier. Anyway, let's continue on. The text went on about your right hand is a mirror image of your left, but only if you put your palms together. And if you point them away and lay one hand on top of the other, well, that's chirality. That's how I understand it anyhow. What it's got to do with the network, I'm not really sure. Something about routing communications through the beach, which is basically another world like ours, but not really. So when you force elements of the two into contact that trigger a void out. Anyway, all I know is that while I hope you keep on doing what you do to bring us together, you'd best leave the dead out of it. You hear? Well, I gotta find a place where I can get all these emotes and throw it on my Discord. Jake Wind, our hard work is paying off. Dear Sam, I wonder where you are right now. If it's somewhere powered by our wind farm, if anyone should be benefiting from our work, it's you. Until you brought us into the network, we could only provide power to a small region. Now we can send it to all the big cities and beyond. I'm still not 100% on the details, but basically transmitting it via the beach means we don't suffer any additional loss due to increased distances, so it can go as far as we need it to. Good thing we kept the faith in to the second expedition and kept the place properly maintained. You made our efforts worthwhile. We can't thank you enough. Wind Farm is such a pain in the ass to level, but I think it actually has some pretty good stuff for us to use. Let's go to our interviews. We got Die Hard Men from 4 years ago. Damn, time's racking up. Likes secretes oxytocin. Before the stranding, the whole world was connected. There were networks, social networks we called them, that people used to communicate all the time. They shared all sorts of stuff through them. A random thought, a pretty picture, a home movie, you name it. And if you liked something that someone else had uploaded, and if you liked something that someone else had uploaded, You let them know by giving them, well, a like. Sounds weird, I know, but that's the truth. Eventually, someone ran tests on the users of these networks and discovered that receiving a like triggered a rush of oxytocin. The theory was that it stemmed from a sense of being acknowledged. Even though you couldn't see the person you were interacting with, it still felt like they were accepting you, praising you. And who wouldn't like that? As I somehow reset the thing. But that same process is at the heart of the mule phenomenon. It's believed that an overdependence on the oxytocin rush provided by these kinds of interactions is a factor in porters going rogue. With this in mind, it wouldn't be wrong to characterize mules as oxytocin addicts. In essence, they're social animals at the mercy of validation. Gotta get those likes, bro. Like this video right now. Just kidding. Chiralium coatings. 2 years ago. This was written by George Baton at the way station west of Capital Knot City. Truth is, we discovered it by dumb luck. Folks had made a point of building cities outside of timefall regions, but the way stations and the distro centers were a different story. No way around it, really, even though all the exposure meant they'd deteriorate quickly, but when you're keeping an eye out for things deteriorating, you soon notice how chiralium crystals react when exposed to timefall, which is to say, not at all. They showed no signs of degradation whatsoever, stayed rock solid, even after getting soaked. It sort of made sense chiralium comes from the beach, right? And over there, time doesn't pass. Timefall had no effect on the crystals because they may as well not exist outside of time. And when we ran a few experiments, that's pretty much what we confirmed. Now, I know what you're thinking, why not build way stations out of chiralium, right? Yeah, if only. Turns out overexposure to the stuff is lethal. And it can't be stored in large quantities either. Still, at least the chiralium coatings we came up with do just enough to keep the rot manageable. So that's something. Hence why level 3 buildings use chiralium to max them out. I think it's really the only thing you use on a building too. And it really does help. It makes it so the maintenance of a building is pretty much minimal. Zip lines, for example, you want to get to level 3 if at all possible. If you plan on going for 100% playthrough. But if you're just going to go for the storyline, then you're not going to really have an issue. Alright, let's access our terminal here. See if we can do something else. Don't really want to deliver to the wind farm right now. Let's do a time-sensitive delivery. Fish from a BT area. Time-sensitive. Deliver the requested cargo within 45 minutes. And fish found in mysteriously good condition in a beach thing area. Cool. And maybe we'll have something to do over in the main base. Alright, let's confirm. I like doing these simple deliveries. I like not going above and beyond what we need to do. I know a lot of people will just stack like 200 items on their back and do like a massive trip. But if you have to go super out of the way, I feel like you're going to have a problem. Also, hold on here. We need to double check. Oops. Okay.
Hello.
There we go. Okay, for some reason I wasn't able to check them out. I just need to go see if there's a power node anywhere along the way. There really is no power node. Uh-oh. Well, I should have thought about that, huh? Because we need one to recharge our batteries. Because we are going to get completely screwed if we don't. Well, I guess we're going to make one. It's going to take up some time, but it's going to be worth it in the end. I know it sucks because we're doing a time-sensitive thing, but this is necessary. Very, very much so. I'll make 2 of them. One on the rack. One on the hip. It's going to be a little bit off balance, but when we're on a bike, it doesn't matter. Once the lights on our vehicle turn yellow, we're going to need to make one. So yeah, as you can see, your vehicle actually tells you just exactly how bad it is. Oops. So let's toss this out. I know it sucks because we have to wait a little bit of extra time, but it is what it is. I guess in the meantime, let's plan our route. I think we just want to cut across, right? Seems about right. Somewhat. If not, we can actually just head out this way.
Construction complete.
Gonna rev my engine just so we're ready when it's finished. Oh, okay, of course now it finishes. God damn it. I was getting worried that I wasn't recharging fast enough. Alright, here we go. We're gonna go through a BT territory up ahead. Hopefully we don't lose our bike or our items. Oh nice, the BTs aren't out today. Oh, that's really convenient. Oh god. Oh! I hope we didn't take damage on that. Oh. This is what we get for not planning a path properly, though, before. Because now we're going through pretty much the shittiest area possible. Very rocky zone. That's alright. You can see this is all territory we haven't really focused on. This actually would be a great area to make a bunch of bridges, and I think we might just take ourselves up on that offer. Seems like a great idea. Oh my god. Okay. Normally the game doesn't bug out like this, but the thing is, we're going so fast that shit like this is just gonna happen. Where we just keep ramming into the stuff. Alright, there you go. Make delivery. Oh shit, first deliver your cargo, then we can take on a new request. Okay.
Is that new lightning?
Just skipping through it, it's just a standard order. Should push us into rank 3, and I think we get a hat for this. New interviews. That's the biggest thing, I think, is getting the interviews.
Hey, I got something for you.
Give me my hat. Excellent. Thank you. My favorite.
Alright, until next time.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
Your work is greatly appreciated.
So you'll see here that as we enter the private room, that our vehicle is going to go into its own little bay. I think there's even an animation for it. Yep, there you go. So it's getting repairs, and I think they refuel it. If not, it's fine. We can always get a electrical grid or whatever. But the repairs is the big thing. Again, you don't want to leave your vehicle out in the middle of nowhere, because this is going to get destroyed, and in the starting area, when we're not able to make vehicles yet, it is our only lifeline. So we have to treat it like it's our baby, or our BB.
Good morning,
Keep it close to home. Alright, let's check down below. Alright, we're good. Everyone's safe for the day. We'll shower. We'll skip it. Excellent.
EX grenade number.
Only one stinky. Great. Check on our BB. Oh, we can check our armor set, too. I think we can get, like, a battery or something. How are you, BB? You good, buddy?
You okay?
He seems okay. Ah, we can change the color. So our hat, we can change the color of it. I do like the blue. I will confirm. I never actually wear these, but they're for your bike. It's supposed to be what he wears when he's on his bike. Alright, great. But we still can't do anything with our backpack yet. Once we get that, that's even better. There's some nice things you can get. I love the grenade pouches. Makes it so much easier to carry grenades with you. Hence why we're not really carrying them too much right now. Anyway, we'll go activate our terminal. And we're going to do some reading, because I know this video has been mostly reading, but it's something I've been wanting to do for the game, so whatever. Nick Easton, Capital Knot City. Cargo quantity. How are your porter grades these days, Sam? I'm sure you're aware that trying to account for all 5 factors is the basic premise, but if you're anything like me, you just want to deliver stuff as much stuff as you can. Am I right? If so, you could always just load yourself up with a massive haul and aim for a Bridges bonus for total cargo weight. Nothing wrong with a simple approach. Of course, in the good old days, it was easier. Roads were much better back then, so all you had to do was chuck all your stuff in the back of a truck and go for a drive. Can't really do that now, though. Even if you've got a truck, they're usually more trouble than it's worth. Hell, sometimes you'll see them just sitting on the side of the road, locked and abandoned. Anyway, on the bright side, since lugging big loads of cargo is so hard these days, folks are really grateful when a porter manages it. Hence the bonuses. Oh, got it. Sorry, I keep hitting the right analytic. Hence the bonuses. Here at the Distro Center, for example, we have to make sure we've got plenty of food and materials in stock, which means we have to make every delivery count. I dread to think that, or what would be, but I dread to think what would happen if we ran out of supplies. Oh, and how about this for some extra motivation? I found that my obsession with lugging heavy loads has actually made me stronger and able to carry even more. Really? Well, I've said my piece, and now you know how to make yourself big and swole. George Baton, Casualties of Twilight. Hey, Sam. You really helped me out back there. Thanks, man. And that book you brought me, it's actually a movie script. I mean, I knew that all along. Sorry if I didn't keep you updated. Anyway, it's an interesting movie from an interesting time back when the world was divided, east and west. The Cold War, they called it. The movie is called Casualties of Twilight, and it's about 2 lovers who were caught up in the ideologies of the global conflict and about how they destroyed the world in order to get together. It's just a short movie, but it's interesting from a psychological perspective. Some people actually say it predicted the Death Stranding. I didn't think it'd get mixed up with a consignment of cargo that'd be stolen by mules. I really panicked once I'd heard it was gone. So, yeah. Thanks for bringing it back. I really do appreciate it. So that's what we stole from the mules for that one quest. And then Benjamin Hancock. Far apart, but always connected. Dear Sam, thanks again for all your help. The chiral printer's still running like a dream, and it kind of feels like one too. Seeing all these new buildings popping up out there, it hasn't solved all of our problems, of course. The nearby wastelands still crawling with BTs. but now we can obtain a good chunk of our supplies via the network, and they can't interfere with that. To think we're connected, even all the way out here, didn't used to think it was such a special thing. The whole world was one big network back before the Death Stranding. Video, audio, text, every bit of information was available for one and all. But now we've gone one better. The chiral network and the printer can be used to send tangible things. Well, in a way. Welcome to the new America. Once we're able to send food and medicine too, you won't have to put your neck on the line for our sake anymore. I hope that day comes soon. I really do. And more interviews. Looks like Heartman has some more for us. Egyptians, mummies, pyramids, etc. Or Egyptian mummy. Yeah, Egyptian mummies. Dude, I can't speak English. I'm just going to drink some of my coffee, which actually makes it hard to speak, but whatever. It's important to understanding the Death Stranding. 3 years ago. At what point can it be said that man truly understood what it meant to die? It would seem reasonable to suggest that it was when he began to bury his dead, a practice which originated with the Neanderthals. In a way, one might say that our growing understanding of death drove our development as a species. Our fear of it, our attempts to conquer it. Why, it could be argued our entire history revolves around these obsessions. Take the Great Pyramids of Egypt, or the tombs of the ancient emperors of China. The more powerful the person, the bigger and grander their final resting place. Or, to post a more radical theory, could the very concepts of power and society themselves have emerged solely to facilitate the creation of such monuments, such challenges to the finality of death? Either way, in leaving behind something they hoped might endure through the ages, the builders of these edifices believed that they too might live on forever. The mummies of the Egyptians are another means by which man sought to fulfill this desire to escape the finality of death. They were created that the spiritual self, the Ka, would have a physical vessel, or Ha, to which it could return. The Soku Shinbutsu, or mummified monks of Buddhism, are similar to this respect. However, the monks in question aim to transition straight from life to Buddhahood. In other words, to forgo death altogether. But now that the beach has brought us into direct contact with the world beyond, our relationship with death must further evolve. The next stage in our understanding is upon us. Ooh. Getting good. The corals of the seam. Coral! 3 years ago as well. Life began in the oceans, and as it evolved, it graduated to the land. At least, this is what was believed until recently. To creatures of the sea, the land is a harsh and unforgiving place. Given this, what could possibly have compelled these organisms to make such a drastic transition? Consider that fossils of the first fish to adapt themselves to land have been found in regions with unusually large tidal range. Could it be that these creatures developed legs in order to more swiftly return to the safety of the sea when stranded? Could their evolutionary leap have been triggered by this traumatic experience? If so, could similar circumstances have shaped the evolution of the coral-like organisms that inhabit the seam, and driven them to develop an ability to live between life and death, between time and timelessness? Coral is, after all, older than any organism of the land, and hardy enough to have weathered the mass extinction of 540 million years ago. And it is a life form upon which many other organisms rely on for survival. Bearing all this in mind, one could argue that the ability to survive in the seam is indicative of a profound evolutionary leap. Oh, whoa, we got some stuff from Fragile. Our first interview with her from 2 years ago from Fragile Express HQ. We call these bugs cryptobiotes. They were recorded in reference books and databases back before the Death Stranding, but nobody ever thought to give them a proper classification, so cryptobiotes, they stayed. They're named for the process of cryptobiosis, which means hidden life. When environmental conditions get too harsh or resources too scarce, cryptobiotes can shut down their metabolic processes and enter an almost death-like state in order to survive. Tardigrades and sleeping chironomids are capable of this too, but cryptobiotes are on a whole other level. They can survive anything and anywhere, even on the beach or in the sea, and they aren't capable of prolonging only their own lives. Humans who eat them acquire a limited resistance to timefall. Really? I'm just wondering if that's a gameplay mechanic. I don't think so, though, because Sam doesn't really get hit by the rain. It would be interesting if you ate them and then your packages on your back just, like, suddenly don't take timefall damage for, like, 30 seconds. That'd be pretty great. Anyway, sorry. I got sidetracked. You won't find them lying around just anywhere, though. You need to know where to look. Not many people even knew they existed until recently, so next to no research has been done. But now that their beneficial properties have been recognized, I'm willing to bet they'll play an important role in helping us to understand the beach and the Death Stranding and everything else. Well, they always like to hang out where people go pee-pee, so, I mean, that's one thing. And we'll get rid of our tips, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to wrap it up for this episode. Thank you so much for watching this series. It's been so much fun going through it and playing the game for a second time. The interviews and the emails are something that I kind of ignored on my first playthrough, just because there was so many. So I'm trying to go through them the moment that we get them, so we're not sitting down and reading them for hours and hours and hours upon end. So we can at least have a nice bit of gameplay spliced in there as we go along with it. But regardless, thanks again for watching. I'm Ackerman101, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.